Hi, these flashcards were extracted from the MCAT style passage, nervous system, a virus which affects mouse muscles. Okay, so it deals with some of the biological foundations of behavior, ultimately, which affect social and psychological aspects of behavior. Autonomic neurons synapse on S blank muscle cells. So what type of muscle cells do autonomic neurons synapse on? I'll give you a moment to think. That would be smooth muscle cells, okay? So here we see autonomic neurons traversing and synapsing on cardiac muscle, as well as lung muscles responsible for expansion and contraction of our lungs. Okay. Lower motor neurons synapse on S blank muscle cells. So what type of muscle cells do lower motor lower motor neurons synapse on? I'll give you a moment to think. That would be skeletal muscles. So we see here a lower motor neuron synapsing on skeletal muscles, okay? So I'll give you a moment to take in this diagram. And while you're doing that, it's important to note that lower motor neurons are efferent neurons. When I say efferent, I mean they exit out of the CNS, the central nervous system. And they originate in the spinal cord, okay? And not in the brain. All right. Blank neurons bring information to the CNS. What type of neurons bring information to the CNS? I'll give you a moment to think. Afferent neurons bring information to the CNS, the central nervous system. So here we can see an afferent neuron exiting an organ, which in this case is the skin, and bringing information to the ventral side of the central nervous system, okay? And here we see an efferent neuron leaving, all right? Blank neurons bring information from the CNS. So what type of neuron brings information from the CNS? I just told you this like just now, like in the previous card. That would be an efferent neuron or efferent nerve. So efferent nerves bring information from the spinal cord to the organ of interest, which in this case, well, tissue of interest in this case is muscle tissue. Okay. Blank neurons bring information from sensory nerve fibers. So what type of neurons bring information from sensory nerve fibers? This is a trick one, but I'm sure you'll get it. That would be afferent neurons, and you have to think about it because sensory nerves are going to be located in your skin, your hands, so they're not in the central nervous system. So afferent neurons bring information from your external organ. Well, not external organs, that would be discussing your extremities, your tissues back to the CNS, okay? All right. Blank neurons bring information from the spinal cord to the skeletal muscle. So what type of neurons bring information from the spinal cord to skeletal muscle? Again, that's the efferent neuron. Okay?